All right, but with that said, we are loading in. Killer spawning in the main building here, so their corrupt's gonna be pretty spread out. I'm surprised that we don't see a gen down in that dead zone. That's actually kind of good for the killer in this situation, as there's not a gen you'd split up normally back here.
Yeah, that's actually kind of noticed on that. That's pretty good, but did we see other survivors over there running?
And we saw a couple of scratch marks back there. I think at least 2 survivors back there, but one did run around the hill and shack, so they did get out of this area. And actually, the rest of the survivors seem to have made their way out as well. So, Artist not able to corral them in that corner. Potentially a really good spawn for the killer as well. If they just all spawn back there, one of them has to go down. But
that's correct, and it looks like we're going to be trailing off to it. Oh, didn't eventually reach that little vault right over there, because usually that's a good gameplay around that area to start off with.
True, and it looks like they're going to end up finding the Ada. I think they were in chase with Nia initially, but they end up finding Ada instead, and so now lighting up crows at the window. Oh my goodness, actually missing the Ada, and Ada's going to be able to get away back to this pallet, which is honestly not as safe against Artists as you'd like to think.
Yeah, especially with that hit. I really thought with those 2 crows, they'd be easily able to at least get one of them with her, but she got away from that.
Yeah, they were able to get away, and they will take the M1 in the meantime. Power is up. We'll have to see if they're able to get a snipe off here. No, not even Killer Instinct, so not quite where they were hoping for, and this survivor's going to be able to get away relatively easily into this back here. First gen popping as well. Corrupt has almost expired now, though they will be getting the full 2 minutes, it seems like, as this chase has gone on for quite a while.
It has been, and with that 1 gen completed, they are kind of pressured into time to at least getting some value, but it doesn't look like it got any value at the end with the hit. And there she goes, of course, with Ada. It was a good run, though.
It was a good run. I think that actually lasted most of the 2-minute duration of Corrupt, so getting full value out of that perk, but at the same time, they were kind of chasing inside the Corrupt area. I wouldn't be surprised to see if we have another gen pop-up in just a moment here if there are 2 gens completed.
That's true, but it doesn't look like it. They might have been just working on one, which is doubtful, to get that value, and they did actually use the crows to get at least 1 survivor through there.
Yeah, it looks like there was Zarina in the area. Okay, so now I'm seeing what the plan is here. There is something of a 3 gen back here, especially with that gen being back tucked in the corner, having access to the basement. Cheeky blast bite coming in, but they're not going to use it to get a save here. There is the 2nd generator. Yeah, but to say, I think the plan here is for the killer just make sure the survivor does 2nd stage and force a really unsafe trade if they do come in for it.
That is true, and it looks like they had Pop Goes the Weasel value out of that gen.
Good call. Yeah, Pop Goes the Weasel being I mean, ever since they bumped to, it was before they bumped to the 30%. It's been really useful. But since 30% above that, it has been it's been a stomper, to say the least.
It has been, and it looks like they kind of are trying to get that 3 gen kind of in the way so they can be able to kind of control it a little bit better and trying to get that value out of it.
Yeah, a little bit of faulting, trying to get the killer's attention over here, and it doesn't seem, I don't think they're going to come for this unhook. I think they're saying, all right, sorry, Ada, you've been a very useful teammate, but you die now.
Literally, it was like, thanks for the loops, but you know, we're going to finish these gens in your honor.
Right? I mean, if you can break this 3 gen, I think the survivors have correctly identified. There's the survivor going in for the unhook, though, and so possible tunnel out coming in, or maybe a hook trade trying to get extra points here, as Ada's only worth 1 at this point.
Yeah.
They were looking to before the people play, potentially. Yeah. Oh, there's the BT hit, though. Ada will be able to get away.
Let's hope so with that. Doesn't look like we had any long-lasting add-on for it to get the pros on that. Try to use that blast line.
I mean, you got it, right? You have to do what you can, and they do end up breaking the 3 gen. We'll have to see if Ace is also able to break their generator setup as well. No, that was the Ace's gen. My bad.
Was it?
I think so. No, you're right. No. None of the gens haven't been split. And that was a pain res as well, so that gen in the back corner did get 25%, which means this artist is going to be able to not only pop that generator, but go back to the one that Ace is on and potentially push them off if there's not 2 people on it.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
I'm hoping that Oh, did Ace kind of go into that gym? Yeah, because he was the one that was working on that prior to it. Yep, there he is.
Yeah, they might have been coming up here for the reset. Yeah, there's this arena as well, so they're going to take 2 tags here. Yeah, Art is able to get someone out early, and making sure that they still have their 3 gens could be really big potentially here. I don't know if they're going to be able to break it. That pain res was absolutely clutch.
Yeah, it was. And just, where is actually Nia? Is she just working in the background right now?
She's on the hill gen. And I think she might actually finish it. Ooh, lucky for Ace, that's not going to be an instant hit. But that will be M1 coming in. But I think they might finish the hill gen for it. Have to see if the Scourge
they have pain resonance. We'll see how this one. If this is, oh, we are going into that.
Wait, I think they finished it. Nia coming back to that generator. No deadlock. Oh, that's gonna be so close. No, the 25% hits before they're able to finish it. And with that gen being so close next to here, they're gonna have to go finish an entirely different gen. They actually have a.
Yeah.
There's a second 3 gen here. Look at that.
Yeah. They're pretty close. Just a nice little triangle right there for it.
That's disgusting. Oh, that is gross. I don't know how they're gonna break that off the top of my head. I guess you'd be very methodical. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, because you have to be careful. You can't let yourself. Oh, but Nia's sneaking over here now. Now you know where all the survivors are.
We're hoping to get that. Oh, there she is. Will we be trading? Maybe? No.
You can't trade. In comp, it is suicide to send one survivor for unhooking. Well, okay. With the new unhook grabs, it is. Looks like they're gonna take the trade after all and just accept the 25%, get their pain res value here. Yeah, normally if you really want an unhook, you have to send 2 survivors. But with that's what I'm looking forward to actually is the new hook grab policy coming through, where hook grabs are going to be a thing of the past. Like that's going to change a lot of dynamics for comp, because usually if you want to get a hook trade off, you have to send 2 survivors if you truly want it.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, that's it. Do you think that is going to go live then? Sure enough for that.
Oh,
I know they were getting tired of playing chicken with that.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely going to go live. Like when the hatch standoff change came and the end game collapse was added to the game, it was because the hatch standoff was the most boring mechanic in the game. So yeah, behavior addressing this, I understand it's going to be kind of annoying for killers, but like it's something that needed to go.
It was.
Like it wasn't even necessarily skill related. It was kind of like it was whoever's ping was the worst. If the survivor's ping was bad, then they got the unhook. If the killer's ping was bad, then they got the grab. It was awful.
But I think these, especially with the hooks, those last a little bit longer than the hatch. You know?
True.
It's just been a while since I've seen a hatch game like that. What? It's been about a year now since they fixed that, or not fixed it, but took away that.
Take away what?
That whole hatch stance.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't miss the hatch standoff because it was by far one of the most. I don't know. I had my fair share of it. I know a lot of other people did. Like it was just obnoxious, but.
Yeah. So does look like we did get at least what 3 values, 3 stacks already of pain resonance.
Yeah, they have been utilizing a lot of the pain resonance after the kill here. Especially just, 25%. As soon as they see a gen has like, a decent amount of progress on it, 25%. Again, that's why pain res is I'm glad that it de-incentivized tunneling the same survivor for the same amount of progress. But now, like, if you hook all 4 survivors, which is normally what happens, you have to be very careful in comp unhooking the survivor that you know that's on a Scourge hook, because if it's a hook trade, that's 25% off of a gen, and you have to weigh that odds with getting the survivor with a hook. But now it's like it's a full, like, for 4 hooks, you get a full gen's worth of regression. You get a full 90 seconds worth of gen regression slowdown from hooking a survivor 4 times, which is crazy.
Oh my, yeah.
It's strong. I thought it wasn't going to be as strong after that happened, but it's still just as strong. I didn't catch this before. This survivor has Lucky Break.
It does.
Yeah, I didn't catch that earlier, but noticing it now, that makes a little bit of sense. And
Being able to get that hit. Ooh.
yeah, they will drop the pallet here. Will they be able to get the shotgun, though? Ace running into the corner here. They are going to be able to dodge, but they will end up going down anyway. The question is, can Nia finish a generator? No, they're not going to be able to. They're going to leave him slugged for the... No, okay. But I say, I don't know if I'd leave him slugged. I get my hook, I pop the gen, and I'd continue on. I think the artist has a really good chance at a 4K here. They've got a lot of hooks. And I think... Is this Survivor Death Hook?
Do you believe so? I guess we'll find out sure enough once we get sent over to that hook and see.
Technically, for the killer, it'd be really good if this Survivor wasn't Death Hook. Because then, yeah, you can pop this generator. It's right next to this gen. And you can just sit here 30% off that gen effectively because it was 99s and you harass the other gen. This was a really nasty gen spawn for the survivors. They had a 3-gen in the corner, but they still have this latent 3-gen here with a hill. This is kind of gross.
I was about to say, to be honest, this one's a little bit of a better 3-gen than the other one, because the other one you had to deal with the jungle.
That's a good point. The only reason I don't like the other 3-gen was also kind of nasty in my mind was because you're tucked into a corner and there's a choke point that you have to run out of, and it's Artist, and she's really good at holding choke points. Yeah. That's why she's aggressively obnoxious on ARP.
You're right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think this survivor might be dying. Too.
Yeah.
We saw, I think, Nia skirting around the edge, maybe trying to set up for a potential save. Either that or they're trying to, you know, maybe check out the exit gates and see if there's some kind of exit gate play. No, Zarina getting caught out here. Is Nia there for the save? No. Ace progresses to Death Hook, and that is a second survivor out of this game.
Just hoping that Zarina is able to just get a little bit further away from the most progress gen and just get some value out of that.
Yeah, that might be the best case scenario here, but I think they go down. Yeah, nothing you can do there. And now Nia is in trouble. I think we're looking at the 4K at 1 gen remaining.
Yep. And it's always, I keep forgetting about that too, because I did, when I was playing against the artist, I forgot about the whole flashlight, not able to get rid of the crows anymore.
Yeah, I appreciate not being able to light burn the Wraith. All the other, I understand that you wanted to bring the rest of the killer's powers into, like, you know, the fold with that change. I miss being able to, like, flashlight artists and, you know, light burn nurses, and honestly, I don't like the smudging the hag traps. I think it makes her overall weaker than the flashlights, because at least they had to have a flashlight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It takes some time just to have to crouch and then be close to it enough to start taking that out. So.
Indeed.
Oh, looks like we did get value out of that. So hoping that maybe they could get a hit with the crows again.
Now it looks like they will be able to dodge the crows here, and there they go. Worth noting, since these are the last 2 stages, that even if a bleed out does occur on Zarina, it will still be worth at least 1 point, which will be the maximum points for the killer. There have been occasional times where you try to get your survivor with multiple stages to bleed out, because that could, if you let a fresh survivor bleed out, that's like 3 points that you're missing potentially.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. See if, maybe an adrenaline? Yeah, no adrenaline here, and that will be, I'm pretty sure that is the confirmed 4K. It's just a matter of can we find it? Yeah, can you find them? I don't imagine they would have crawled too far away. Hatch would have been a bit obvious. We'll have to see. Again, so it used to be bleed outs counted for no points whatsoever. And so if a fresh server bled out, that was 6 points that was lost. But because there was a lot more strats that season about just having survivors bleed in the corner and forcing really obnoxious bleed scenarios, we let a little bit of points come over. Obviously, it's not worth the full points if you bleed out a fresh survivor, but at least it's not like missing out on 6 points, which is that's huge. Missing out on 6 points in a game is absolutely defining. I have seen games swung by less than 6. So.
Yeah. And it's also good to note that they actually have Noed right there, considering that totem just sprung right there.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Noah. Yeah, we only had 3 perks this entire game until Noah. I forgot about that. They didn't end up needing it.
No.
What a good feeling. Okay, how many games have you been in where the killer had Noed and it never got to endgame, but someone still complained about, of course you'd use Noed. It's like, what?
I've heard it.
Excuse you?
It wasn't even used. Like,
right? Oh, jeez. We'll just have to wait and see as we have loaded in here. And that is a very spread corrupt.
Yes, it is. And it does look like they do have that far away gen from that side. A little bit of switch of how it was laid out in the other match, of course.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, they do have both gens in the pockets there, which is going to be a lot harder to defend for this killer. We'll have to see if it makes a difference here. But Victor getting deployed, trying to track down this Zarina. And she is going to head into the middle of the map here, away from main building. I don't know if they get to this yet. They don't get to this pallet, so that is going to be first hit here.
Yeah, get some value out of that with Victor. Just get a little pounce for it. But I thought I saw another survivor when they were running, trying to chase this arena.
That is entirely possible, and they might have just spread out. And I'll have to see. Was this your survivor?
I think so. That's what
okay. I was just gonna say, was this your survivor until you said yes. Yeah, they're not gonna take chase here. Again, that is the one thing about Groaning's Warehouse that's rough, is that main building is absolute pain and suffering for our M1 killers.
Mm-hmm.
It's so strong. The main building, the main window, ugh, it's so gross. However, Zarina in a bad spot back here. I think they chose to go down back here too. I think they're just like, all right, we'll just go to the corner and die. Oh.
Right, and we missed on that pound.
Collision, hello?
Right?
That tree is thick.
Oh my goodness. Just seeing that, because I feel like, sure enough, if I went against a twin like that, I knew that was going to hit me regardless what was going to happen.
Same. I don't think they realized Serena. They're trying to head on. Huge, but that is going to be 1 gen down, possibly 2 gens here for the price of 1 Zarina. We'll have to see.
And it was a good point, like choice on Zarina to, yep, there it is. Just to be able to get that value out of the corrupt all the way towards the back end, because no one was working on that gen.
Absolutely, yeah, it was a really good spot to pick out and die. And even, you know, wasting time trying to get head on the Victor, waste even more time, but they did their job, and that is going to be a pain resonance there.
Oh, they were working on up there going, okay, because I was like trying to think, like, considering that they got 2 gens done.
That,
one of them working together.
I mean, to be fair, that chase took to end well over 1.5 minutes, which is only 90 seconds on gen. Granted, yes, you start in the corrupt. Generally, you have to spread out from the corrupt, so it takes, you know, 30 seconds to 45 seconds to fully spread out to the gens. But unlike pubs, if you're not on, if you're not in chase, you're doing a gen 99% of the time. These survivors are hyper efficient. You think gen rushing's the thing in pubs? Wait till you play comp. It's pain.
I've seen that with just shoutcasting and everything like that. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is how it feels like, for sure.
Yeah, Survivor has like a, you know, a mediocre to decent chase. Killer has a good start, and then 2 gens pop anyway. It's like, wait, but I brought Corrupt. Yeah, you did. Yeah. And you brought Corrupt because you didn't want 3 gens to pop.
And it just looks like they did get that value out of that 3rd gen. Just trying to see if someone's still hanging around in the area. We're just hoping that she has gone to 2nd phase.
Yeah, she has.
Okay.
They did for 2nd stage here. They're just trying to patrol. If they go for a hook trade, they want to make sure that it's as unsafe of a hook trade as possible. Get as many hits on the survivors as possible and spread the pressure out. Ooh, someone broke the killer instinct. There's Kate. She's going to get tagged for this, I think, unless, unless a tree.
There it is. That tree was not beneficial at the end.
It was not. Also, scratch marks over here. That means there's only 1 survivor that could possibly be close. I think we might be seeing the survivor die, potentially. Yeah, here comes Claudia. Here comes Kate running in. They finish it in the back. That means that there's nobody else here for the unhook. Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be a hook trade. It's going to be the last second hook trade, though. And there's forced penance, so they did bring it after all. There's the tunnel out coming in. There's already a slug on the ground. This is bad news bears for the survivors, but they do get the unhook, which is going to be huge.
Yep, they're going to be able to... Oh, and they were able to actually pick her up, too, as well, so...
Yeah, that was a quick pickup. I'm guessing maybe Claudette being will make it. Yeah, that's definitely a will make it.
That is. We just missed that jump, just hitting that bolt.
Also, forcing the pick here could be a potential decisive. They are the obsession. Forcing the survivor... Yeah, forcing the killer even further away from the action to come get this pick. These survivors are playing really clean.
They are, and it looks like they're just resetting over there. Well, Zarina's doing her best.
Yeah, Zarina's job is waste as much time as possible and die away from the action. And that is exactly what she's doing. Going down under the pallet as well. I think Decisive might be running out here.
Has been. What is it, a minute now?
Since the Force Penance is 90 seconds, and we're on the upper tick of it. Yeah, I think if this is a Decisive, it's like 59-second Decisive. Yeah, no, Decisive. This Survivor's being sent back to the campfire. They do finish the 4th gen, though. And there isn't much of a 3 gen to speak of. In fact, the gen that's not popped yet was actually the one that has progress on it.
Has been, but they were actually working on that last one, and there it is.
And that will be enough to secure the victory here for Tremor in trial number 1, or I'm sorry, set number 1 here. That was impressive. They were just very, very methodical at getting this gens done. I'm surprised it really didn't even come down to the pocket corner gens. The survivors were actually jamming out the middle ones the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty thoughtful on that, because to be honest, I would have gone towards the end, but that actually helped them out because it did kind of spread out that pressure.
Absolutely.
Get that what door open.
Yeah, it was the both of these exit gates pretty far away, and yeah, Kate gonna force the pick. Any survivor here is gonna force the pick against Victor so that the rest can get out. Again, you're trying to salvage as many points here as if it ever comes down to a tie condition, you want to be able to maintain a good blood points barrier, but or not blood point barrier, a good hook counter barrier, but Claudia has to be careful here. She actually, okay, yeah, about to say she'll get Victor off before they escape.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're even going to be able to get a 2K here. The survivors are so spread out. Claudette has left. There's Adam. They might be trying to set up some kind of hatchway with Adam or just letting them die. I can't tell here. I think it's a Adam, you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah. He did his part. Now, towards the end, it's all up to him and luck to get out. And he is a little bit far away from Hatch itself, too.
It is, and we see the blood from Kate running back here, so I think, yeah, they're going to waste as much time as possible and then let Adam, that is 6 points to the killer, 3 less points that the survivors are going to have, but if you're getting a 2 fresh escape here, that is absolutely massive as far as that's 16 points to the survivors and only 18, actually, no, that's only 12 for the killer.
Really?
Yeah, it's 12 to 16, so that is a survivor win in this case. Yeah, honestly, well-deserved. They played very, very well.
They did. Just Zarina with just all that value.
Oh, yeah, Zarina was definitely MVP on those chases. Great call-outs. Again, great choices on how to extend the chase. And obviously, they were picking the corners to die very effectively as well away from the action. Yeah, and they did have the decisive, so if they had actually managed to get the pick, it would have been a decisive strike to boot.
Oh, they actually have a pretty good, the buses actually set up, because usually you're just kind of in trouble depending on how the buses are set up, those school buses now.
Indeed. Also worth noting, so this Krup's a bit split. We only have 3 on this side, but this might be one of the tightest 3 gens I've seen on ARP. Not to mention it's where all the survivors spawn. So this is where you want to hold down the fort. But it's not a 4 gen. Usually ARP you also want to see if you can get a 4 gen here, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's debatable on that. It looks like we're getting chased, of course, with Claudette and getting that M1 value. But I just don't know if this is going to be worth it at the end with it, considering that there isn't 4 gens on that side.
We'll have to see. Again, sometimes the 4 gen's a bit like... Oh, I just realized this survivor has Lucky Break. We haven't seen their scratch marks here. Like, did they not hear the pallet drop? I swear I just heard a pallet drop. Did you hear it? Did I mishear it?
Maybe because I didn't even hear it. I'm like literally trying, thinking I'm the killer, and I'm literally trying to
pallet.
move.
Okay, no pallet drop. I just thought I heard it, but I was wrong. Actually, yeah, looking at it, that's not much of a 4-gen to speak of either. Yeah, it is like it is a decent 4-gen on this side, but it's not the 4-gen that of my dreams. Whereas that was like a really good 3-gen on the other side, like because usually if it's a 3-gen, it's like spread out. It's like one on each side of the eye, but that's not the case this time. Ooh, unfortunate hit there on the Atom, and that is going to potentially lead to a down here if they don't play this really tight.
Yeah, but of course they are going to that corner, realizing that there is no gens over there, so that kind of does help them get that.
Absolutely. And it's not even that bad of a tile. Like, this tile is actually like really frustrating to me personally as a killer.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Adam wasting a whole bunch of time here.
Yep. There it is. And
yeah.
Corrupt is down for it, so.
Yeah, Corrupt going down. It looks like that is going to be agitation as well as this killer is booking it here.
Yeah, and we did avoid that other heart, considering that.
Yep.
There it is.
There it is. And possibly a skill check as well. Ooh, and they were actually working on the 3-gen over here. I was about to say, like, okay, so the artist does come back to work on the 3-gen. Not to mention, they do have a hook behind their 3-gen. And I imagine what we're going to see here is artists cat and mouse the survivors off these gens. They'll finish, 2, maybe even 3 more gens or have 199, and then they got to figure out how to break this 3-gen.
Yeah, just well positioned on that, and then just getting that hook value all the way towards that end. You kind of have that set, unless they're trying to be sneaky with it. Because I believe that was Claudette that was working on that gen. And she was the only one by herself, wasn't it?
Most likely, yes, they would have been by themselves. I think the other, I think Serena and Kate on their side. Yeah, so they do finish 2nd gen. Coming back here, making sure Survivor is not snuck back here just yet. It is heartbreaking for the killer how many times Survivors are able to sneak back here just in the nick of time on that 59-second save. It's pain. Absolute pain.
All that work. Gone.
Exactly. But in the same vein, though, it is absolutely like... It is game-altering for the Survivors because that means you wasted the killer's time for 59 seconds and only wasted about 20 seconds of your own time sneaking back for it. So, again, it is all a game of time management. It is, and it looks like we are going to try to go in for the save, which is Zarina going in. Yeah, Zarina. Either that or taking the bait. We saw that Claudia got reset, but we don't know. I don't know if they had the med kit or not. Oh, and there's Kate coming in from the other side as well. Ooh. Oh, but they didn't get that's good. Yeah, they didn't get the save. That's discovery to grab. Oh my goodness. No. Yeah, and the client's on the other side. They have to reset. This survivor's dead. Yeah. Oh, I think it was there is an occasional issue where a survivor goes for it and the prompt gets undone. Like for some reason, the prompt gets rubber banded. It's very frustrating. I think that might have been what happened there. Either that or maybe a miscommunication on the part of the survivors. Maybe not expecting them to break away from the unhook, or maybe expecting it to, finish the unhook animation. Kate wasn't close enough to start it. I don't know. But that is a nightmare scenario for these survivors because now they're injured. Now the pressure's on. We're looking at potential 4K with multiple gens remaining. Yep, and there you go. I mean, it was a good thing, again, just going further away, because now they're trying to take that 3-gen out of the way, hoping to have that 1-gen all the way back here. I don't know if it's going to have enough time. Oh, and they're resetting. Yeah, they got the Kate reset, so they're not even going to get the 3-gen broken by this. No. Nope, there it is. Yep, there's the 4th gen down, but now you have 2 survivors left. You know that they're probably in the same area. Yeah, seeing that, who had the med kit. They will get the unhook, though. That's going to be huge for them. I mean, as long as they play well, and there's the Claudette, hoping to hide a little bit so she can start working on gens and not help out, but I mean, it's a good part that they're actually going like further away from the gens that need to be completed.
to get that distant value.
Right, but that's the thing is that, and the survivors know this as well. Yeah, I'm not discounting the survivors' ability to play the game, but it's gonna be something of a miracle in my opinion, because they all know there's 3 more Scourge hooks they have to eat through. So any of these chases, even if they go to a dead zone, it's gonna result in a Scourge hook 25%, Scourge hook 25%, Scourge hook 25%, and then someone's dead, and then it's a 2v1, and you have to hope maybe there's a hatch play.
Yeah, that's true.
It gets real, like. Pain Res is becoming a monster. There's a reason we don't allow it on any S tiers, because at least against the A tier killers with some good moves and some good pathing, you can make that chase last a little while. Against an S tier, you're not gonna last long. I don't care how good you are, you're not gonna last long. Okay, I say that, but okay, occasionally you do, but
occasionally, just a little tad bit.
And it looks like the survivors are resetting. I think I like this approach the best. Don't try and force the 3-gen yet. Wait for the Scourge hooks to go away. Keep resetting. Be methodical. There's no way that rushing it's gonna get the job done here. You just have to be methodical.
Yeah, you just have to play it safe sometimes.
And there is second hook on her.
Yeah.
And there's,
so that's 2 stacks already.
Yep, 2 stacks out of the way, and it also confirms to the killer that there is no other gen being worked on, which is also not a bad thing for the killer to see. I would love that. Wait, are there 2 killer instincts? Or is that 1?
I think that was 1.
Okay, I could not tell. We saw where the Kate was. I'm not sure where Claudette is.
I do believe I saw them running on towards the right side, and that's why I thought she would have been working on that other gen. It doesn't look like they're doing that.
Indeed. Oh, yep. There she is. All the crows are here ready to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, but they missed that. Wait, no way!
Oh!
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, and you can wait this out too. You can force the wait.
Yep, and just being with Kate.
Oh, but Kate gets the unhook.
Agitation.
I didn't think she was actually gonna be able to get the unhook. I thought they were gonna body block it, but I think that's the first time I've seen the wiggle mechanic come in to bite the killer. Claudette forced the wiggle to the left, and Kate was able to get the right. Wow.
I mean, let's just see. Hopefully, the artist should not be going over to that. Secure that kill. Oh, but never mind. I think they just found both.
Yeah, but they're both over there. And also at this point, I think it's open season. The pick on the Claudette was kind of backbreaking. Now you have both survivors that are injured. You can essentially harass them, make sure that they can't meet up for a heal, and you've got this game secured effectively. Not to mention they're both on this side of the choke. They can't make it through. I don't think either of them have a medkit either.
That's right. That's not new.
Yeah, I don't know how they get back from this. And it's crazy that we're seeing artists both having similar results of 4K, potentially 4K1. Yeah, this is nightmare scenario for the survivors. That 3-gen's it was tight to break, but having a survivor get grabbed might have just secured their fate. Now I think they might be looking at, okay, Kate is fresh. Can we get Kate out of the game in any way? They might be looking at exit looking at options. Now, granted, against artists being able to throw crows at the exit gate, it's not as easy to get someone out the exit gate through a hatch play, but it is possible. And I think that might be their best case scenario, is trying to eke out some points to getting a survivor out through hatch.
It's true, and I think we are having a little bit of a lag issue on the end.
It looks fine from my side. There was a brief period of time of dropped frames. It should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it dropped frames just a moment ago for just a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 seconds, which, again, there is a storm in my area. I'm not entirely surprised.
Yeah, oh, they were actually downstairs in the basement.
Yep. Oh, they did get the reset off, but now, oh, okay, so Kate does have a medkit, but it might have been only 1 charge left. And there's Claudette progressing to the death state. Oh, that would have been crazy.
you know, just not remembering that these crows could actually go down levels and such it amazes me when that does happen, because I keep forgetting that. I was like, oh, okay, I could just go downstairs without any issues. But if they place that correctly on those staircases.
Yeah, that was really close. It was a good setup from the artist, but again, like, and this is the story you want to be chasing too. They wanted to hide the survivor, give them Zarina, and then try to get the points. But yeah, at this point, you can hook them next to the shack. This should be the 4K one.
Yeah. I mean, that agitation though, when they were trading, like trying to get that safe unhook, was worth it, just to be able to keep holding on into that survivor earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like, I don't want to say it was the Claudette getting grabbed was the pivotal point, but that was the nail in the coffin. I'm not sure what was the lid sealing the coffin. I don't know if it was a 3-gen. I don't know if it was the unfortunate unhook scenario on the Atom that caused it. I don't know.
The other part is just, is she working on a gen or just gonna be?
That would be spicy, coming over here and finishing
Right?
a gen in their face while they're hanging on hook. That would be a bold strat. That would be a super bold strat. Actually, the artist needs to kind of start making their way back. I have seen some mind games where the survivor doesn't kill themselves on a hook and they wait a little bit, make the killer think again. If the gen on the other side had progress, I would be like, you know, kind of freaking out as the killer, but considering I think both the exit gates, no, one is on the other side of the eye. There might be an exit gate play if the survivor's on the opposite side.
Yeah. It's just, I keep forgetting that there's such a slow, like, idle time for the crows that they do disappear. You don't utilize them.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
it was on that side and it's no way out. Oh no.
And it is, what, 4 stacks?
Yeah, the killer had the tech. Yeah, this survivor is all kinds of dead. They know it too. They're like, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Not much to be done, and that will be the 4K one. Both artists having equal opportunity here, and Divine Dead showing up and proving that their artists can show up to the task as well. And now it is going to be up to Tremor's twins to see how they handle it. We might be going to a set 3 after all.
Yeah. It's just, can't wait to see the gameplay out of this one too, just to see how twins work out on this map now.
Absolutely. No undue collision comes to bear in this game. And this is a much more standard corrupt intervention. I'm actually curious. I didn't get a chance to see what the 4 gens on the other side might look like. If they're a close 4 gen, if that gen's kind of in the middle. Because that's the ideal gen spread, is you have 1 gen in the middle and then 3 spread out across the eye. And it looks like there's 1 in the middle. This is a very standard average gen spread.
It's just the twins are not having it. They're literally both twins kind of had not that of a fair play, I guess I want to say, with the gens progress. But it looks like they all just were hanging out where the gens were being corrupted right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's too uncommon to see survivors try to wait out corrupt against a good twins player, as you want to try and get across that corrupt, but you also want to work on gens. And on a choke point, when the twins hold it down, it's very difficult. And Nia might be in trouble here, as she does not have the red stain here from Charlotte, and they're going to be very careful. They're going to be running to the next tile, but unless there's a pallet right here, oh, there is. They do have the safety of a pallet.
Yeah, and just, I think they got stuck as they were trying to backtrack, maybe, with that when they were right next to the boulder, but it didn't work out in their favor.
It did not. This is also a really tricky situation, as they did need to break that pallet, because that's a very good wall there, and Charlotte does return victor here, and I imagine survivors are all spread across the map. Oh my goodness, the mind games for this Nia.
Did not work in her favor at the end, though, but that was really good at that.
Yeah, she wasted a lot of time there potentially for the killer, and again, those survivors not on the side of the map. There's the first gen going away. However, I think that might be a 2-person gen, so it might be another 30 seconds before we see the second generator pop here.
Yeah, depending depending on Victor, where would we be placing him?
Yeah, the problem here for the Twins is that in order not to go to set 3, I think they need to 3K2. Yeah, they need a 4K2, which is gonna be really tough.
And that pounce right there, unlucky.
Very unlucky.
Right when you think that you're like close enough for that good pounce, it's just that little rubber band or something. It just does not work in their favor.
It does not. And Meg taking a tag there, seeing if someone's going to sneak around for the unhook, and it does not seem to be the case. We see scratch marks in the distance. They might be trying to work on that far gen, identifying that 3 gen needs to be broken now that Corrupt is gone. Have to see if they're able to get it before the Survivor dies. And once they die, then, Twins can again patrol as they need.
Yeah, because we are going to be hitting just yep, there's the second phase.
There's the second gen. Oh, that's right. That's why that second gen didn't finish as quickly. We were remiss to forget. That was a pain res. I forgot. I mean, we should just assume it's pain res. We should just assume.
I mean, it works out on this favor for that, especially with pain res right now.
Yeah, pain res is super good. And I think we saw scratch marks briefly coming in, and now Charlotte probably wanted to make a very unsafe hook trade here. There's the heal on the Meg, so they are going to be heading in here soon. There's Ada running back towards Victor.
Just trying to see if that... I don't know, it's really cutting it close now.
It really is. It's going to be very close. This Survivor might actually end up dying. They know what the win condition, or the tie condition is. Just get the gens done.
Yeah.
And specifically for Divine Dead here, they want to ensure that they can get 5 gens done. If they can get 5 gens done, then going into set number 3 with Demo, it's going to be a lot easier to maintain a potential win condition or, a tiebreaker condition.
That's fair enough. Oh, they did kick. Oh, there's some blast fucking value.
Good old blast mine coming in there.
I don't know. When I play Killer and that happens, I'm actually just very surprised by it and very happy about it that they got that. Because a lot of Killers don't tend to kick the gens, and it just kind of goes to waste that Blast Mine value right now with how it's set up for.
I am so excited that Blast Mine is getting extended to 120. That is such a good change, in my opinion. I am very happy for it. Also, again, it's one of the things I love about competitive is that people are like, oh, it's a Blast Mine, it's a meme. Blast Mine is amazing in competitive. Bite your tongue. Like, the amount of times I've seen people use Blast Mine as a way to get a safe unhook or go in and possibly finish a gen, or Blast Mine stunning the killer for, I think it's 5 seconds? I want to say it's a 5-second stun.
So.
Like, that's good. You can do a lot in 5 seconds.
Because that's even longer than what the head-on. Because head-on, I think it's only, what, 3 seconds?
Yeah, I think head-on is 3, maybe 4 seconds. It's not a super long stun. Decisive used to be 5 seconds. Decisive was crazy when it was 5 seconds. Now it's 3. Like, 5 seconds of the killer's time wasted because they decided to kick a gen, which you do a lot in comp. You need to keep the gens going, and pop is a very common perk now at 30%. Yeah. Blast Mine, it's a strong perk. It's not a meme. Just like head-on in comp is a very strong perk. Survivors use it very well to extend chases, especially on Dead Dog. It is bread and butter on Dead Dog. Oh, hey, I'm in chase. Yes. I'm gonna go to main building. Survivor jumps in a locker at main building. I got you.
Just extends the chase a little bit longer.
So
I'm just trying to see Victor's trying to check on gens now.
And I think they're skinning out Victor to scout, and they do get the reset on the Meg. There's Arena, though, is going to get a tag potentially. Ooh, running back and forth. They do get the hit.
There it is.
So the one thing that I'm looking for here is the Survivors know if they, for set 3, you finish the 2 far gens. And granted, the middle gen is kind of close to Twins, but ultimately finish the 2 gens, leave the 3 gen behind, and you've got enough to, make distance here. You've only got you made your tie condition, but and they even got the middle gen cranking now. So yeah, the Twins know that they can't even let this gen go if they want to keep to a solid 2-0 victory in their favor for the match. But I think we're going to set 3 now. The question is, do we go to set 3 with a tie, where it's going to be a lot harder for Divine Dead to bring it back and win? Or is it going to be a matter of going to set 3 where it's 1-1, and then all of a sudden it's not as, black and white. It's going to be a lot of gray area.
That is going to be debatable on that. It's hard to tell, to be honest, how it's going to be set up with this right now. And it looks like they did get... Thankfully, with Victor, you can actually hear where they're at, so they can't be hiding as much.
True. It does help that you can hear Victor when you're close by, but this Survivor with this chase is probably going to allow for that middle gen to get done. They do reset the Zarina. Again, Survivor's playing ultra methodically here and making sure to get as much heal value as possible. And yeah, this will be a hit here going into the corner. The question is there a pain res nearby to stop the gen from popping? And or did the 2 Survivors run to the opposite side on the 3 gen and break it? Because that'd be crazy.
You know what? That would be... Oh, it's just one to tell, hopefully, that this is...
That was not a pain res.
No.
Which means I think they're hoping for pop value. I would be scared though. I wouldn't even kick this gen. I'd go to the other side. I understand wanting to kick it, but I think you need the pop for the other side of the map. I think they're gonna break the 3 gen. This has been a long... No, Ada's over here. Is this bait? Okay, to be fair, as much as I say it's bait, they're actually not in a good spot here. This is a 3v1. A Survivor's on hook. This server is going to take a... Oh my goodness, that's huge. You missed that.
Yep, that was a bait, considering that they were able to get off that unsafe.
That's massive for the Survivors. Missing that and also be able to get this unhook is going to be a huge boon in the Survivor's favor to bring this back.
There's Meg.
Yeah, Meg running into the corner here. It looks like they will go down again. Looks like they will be leaving him there, though. Again, as per this season, Unbreakable is no longer allowed against Twins, so that is not a valid option here in the Survivor's arsenal. They did come and touch this generator. I'm curious if they're able to break this 3 gen or not. It seems like they might not even be prioritizing. They might be prioritizing the middle gen, but... Yeah. Have to see. I would love it if they gave the Twins the ability for Victor just to jump on the gen and hold it hostage like they can a locker. Just like sit on the gen and just like swipe at Survivors and they try to get close to it. Trying to see if someone might be coming in to kick Victor and maybe start that gen again. They're waiting for it. I think they're going to break the 3 gen.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we see Ada over there as well, but there's only 1 or 2 pistons firing on it, so the Twins know they have time to get this hook, especially if it's a Scourge hook. That'll be a huge boon there for the Twins as well. Yeah, I think they have a Scourge hook in their sights as they are not going for that first one.
Yeah. I mean, that'll also be helpful to see which one has the most progress out of them.
Indeed, and that was in fact a Scourge hook. This gen still has a lot of progress. That means it was like 75% when the Scourge hook hit.
Oh my.
Well, that's if that was the gen that was hit. I can't exactly tell. Oh man, the mind gets this pallet. Oh
no!
Unfortunate. Survivor is playing this super clean, but now again, Meg's kind of rotting on the hook here. They need to get someone back here at some point, unless they say, "Fine, we'll take 2 gens for Meg's life here." Yeah, and that middle gen has regressed so much. That might have been the result of the pain res.
Yeah, well, and then they did have pop close to Weasel Belly, too.
True, that was pop earlier as well. I think they're going to take the Meg's life for the hook trade here and get a gen on the 3 gen side. But now the question is, once you get the 3 gen popped, I thought they had more gens done. Wait, that's not the one that's on the edge.
Oh, that wasn't.
That's a separate gen. I don't think the Twins knew about that one. They will be able to get the tie condition. Ada has to finish that gen. That's it. Can the Twins stop it? No, they finished it. That's the tie condition. We're going to set 3. Well, okay, we're going to set 3, assuming that we don't see... Oh, Victor, I am so sorry. You're a bit too short. Ada's just able to reach over you and slap the pallet on you. Sorry.
Literally. Ada was just like, oh, excuse me, let me just drop this right in front of you.
Right? Absolutely rude. Not to mention, now you've got a huge problem. Survivors know that if they get hit here, it's probably lights out because resets are not going to be able to happen. But at the same time, like, the gens are definitely split. There is a hard gen split here, which means they could potentially get a gen done. Both of them have fresh hook stages. I'm curious if they're going to be able to get a W here. Here comes the kick.
Oh. Yeah.
I wouldn't stay on this chase too much longer. I'd send Victor back towards the other side, break this pallet, go back to the other side, and make sure Zarina doesn't finish the gen on the opposite.
Because I do believe that she should have already been on the other side, considering how long this chase has been going.
Mm-hmm.
Getting some progress on it, so.
I imagine so. If we were in this one of the situations where we had a 10-minute delay, I would totally swap over there to check, but
yeah.
we are a minute delay. That's why we stick on the killer's perspective, unless there is a change that's only a minute difference. Yeah, this killer knows.
There it is.
That's 2 pistons. That's at least 50%. The question is, where did Zarina go? Did they get the tip off from the Ada in time? Yeah, Ada's starting to work on this gen as well.
I mean, that's some good pressure right there, considering how spread apart they are, too.
That's really good. Yeah, that's a really good split. Yeah, absolutely right.
Twins think about it just by switching and just hoping to find someone, because, of course, when they're not injured, Victor can't see any scratch marks.
Mm-hmm.
That's us.
Absolutely, and yeah, Charlotte will make their way over here. I think with how split this gen spread is, I think the survivors I correctly identified they needed to do 2 gens on the 3 gen side, which now that this is the split, I do not know if it's going to be a tie anymore. I think the survivors, unless there's if they get hit, it's going to be an entirely different story. But Ada's been super methodical and their chase has been very good. Zarina has been super patient hiding out, and the callouts have been just on point. Mm-hmm. I think Divine Dead pulls the W here and gets the 5th gen. It's gonna be really close.
Yeah, I mean, just can you crouch with Victor and not be detectable? Or...
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You will not be detected by Victor. Oh, but that's gonna be a hit.
Oh.
Do you bring back Victor to try and close this chase, or you try and close it out yourself? This survivor has Lucky Break too. Wait, Zarina's not even on that gen. Is she on the middle gen? Did she swap to the middle gen?
She might have. That, you know. That's just only up to the twins to kind of realize that, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Oh, but there's a kick. They kick Victor. Yeah, they know it too. And I have to, kind of a caster's curse here, eat my own words. I thought that if you got hit here, it's lights out, but twins can't follow up the chase because of Lucky Break.
Mm-hmm.
You might even say that's a lucky break for the survivor. I'm sorry, Taco's getting to me. Oh, they're gonna force the pick as well. Okay. Yeah, that's
definitely more time on it.
Yeah, the question is how much time is on that gen? How much time has the Zarina been working on? Has it been the entire time or not? And I guess the other question is, can they get a Scourge Hook? Can this hook be a Scourge Hook? If it's a Scourge Hook, you've got a shot. I think the servers might have identified which ones are Scourge Hooks, and all comes down to if this is one. It's not.
No. But they do have that valve. If they just make it in time, so they could kind of kick that.
I don't think they do. I think that Zarina, if she's been on it since the kick, I think she gets this. Oh, I'm so nervous. No. There's the crow. They do. They finish it last second.
They did.
No. Wow, Divine Dead able to force set number 3 without a tie. It's going to be 1-1 going into the tie breaks here. That's crazy. That's clutch. Zarina able to get the 5th gen done. This is a 2v1 against a twins. A 2v1. Yeah. Able to pull this out. Oh my goodness. And again, Ada having the lucky break also. Oh man. Not to mention now in their situation, they want to get as many points here as possible, because in the event that the Demogorgon set goes to a tie, it's overall set points, and their artist versus twin set of their own had multiple outs here, so you want to get as many points out here as potentially possible. If you can get this unhook, if you can force the killer to make a mistake, potentially get this forever off the hook, get to an exit gate, maybe get an out, maybe secure an extra couple of points, be super ideal here. The problem is that if the survivor But I say you might be able to get the hatch here potentially.
Yeah.
Or if you let the, but I say if you let them die, you body block, get the hatch. Like, there's a couple options here.
There it is.
Yep, there it is. And no adrenaline on the Ada. Zarina does go down, but I imagine, yeah, they go to the opposite side of the map here. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to get any points extra now. It's still going to be a 4K potentially. So that means that they will, if they want to win this, they're going to have to win the Demogorgon set, not just tie it. They will have to win it, as the points are not going to be in their favor there.
Yeah, because this is, oh, and this is also, of course, their first hook, so that's going to allow them more time.
Sorry, Victor. Sorry.
Oh, Ada's just on point with those pallets.
Yeah, Ada's an absolute menace to society this game. Oh my goodness. The light is going to let them get the unhook here, too. That means there's going to be 2 survivors able to run around for a bit. No, they're not going to get the unhook.
Oh, no.
Yeah, these survivors played super well to pull this out. Oh, there's the grab.
No.
Wait, DS? DS Force? No, no DS. Okay.
No.
I thought it might have been a DS Force.
That would have been nice.
That would have been spicy, because then, yeah, you could have got the unhook. Wow. All right, we're going to go to set number 3, folks. It's going to be a Demogorgon Mirror. Divine Dead able to force it. Really well played to these survivors. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. This is going to be a really good start to our finals.
I don't even know. I'm just lost at words.
I know
It's
it's a spicy time. This is what I love about our point system. It forces these kind of do or die scenarios, and I love watching because it brings out the best in the teams. Like I've seen some matches again at the end of our season 7. There were games where survivors were taking crazy rotational hits. They were constantly like, it was some of the best gameplay I have seen from both sides.
Oh, really? It's just like, with everything that's just been with that play, and then plus now that we're seeing that they're going against an Ada again, Ada's has been just like the key player on half of these matches that I've noticed right now.
I mean, Adas are built different. What can you say?
But we did notice that they did take out with the main palette.
Yeah, they did take Shack
Fireworks,
Palette.
okay.
And this is, I don't know if this is a loop that I think the demo can hit through personally. Yeah, I think they're just going to get the pallet as soon as it drops in. There might be a hit here before we get to the TNL wall. Yeah, good.
Just hoping that that rock wasn't in the way, that she could have gotten a little bit of a more distance.
Yeah, they got zoned here, so Corrupt ending as first down comes in. Also worth noting, we only saw it very briefly, but the Ada was aware of it. There was a Scourge hook. I'm not Scourge hook, Bamboozle at check.
There was. I was just more paying attention on that pallet drop.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing it this early.
Oh yeah, like when I first started playing comp, I was like, why are people dropping Shack Pallet at 5? That's so bad. No, you drop every pallet from here to Timbuktu if you don't want to go down early.
Exactly.
And that'll be Firsto coming in as the first gen pops. And now the question is, I imagine we will see this camp to second stage here potentially, and then maybe go look for other servers. Again, you kind of just want to get as many points as possible. You want to secure some kills, but you really just want to get as many points, which again, that is first hook heavy. So,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're going to sit here for a couple more seconds here as we wait for second stage. I'm really concerned we're going to see 2 more gens pop off. And potentially, depending on how the unhook goes, we might even see a third one pop, so they might be doing 3 gens here.
Yeah, it just, at that point, I think that would be the best. Just try to get those gens done.
There is a second one going down at around 12, 1 o'clock. There is another one at the 3.
There it is. We did hit second phase, so...
And the survivors are willing to take that. That's 2 points for the killer and 4 points for the survivor there, and that's exactly what they're okay with. And we do see Zarina coming in. There's a hit. Good mind game read from the killer. Not able to come in and set up, but there will be the unhook coming in. I believe that's the Ace here coming in for the unhook trade. Waiting out iframes and entirely, actually, no, not even waiting out iframes, saying like, all right, I'll wait the 10 seconds for BT. Do they get to the pallet here? I think they get to the pallets.
They do.
Oh my goodness, that's huge for this Ada. Getting to Mitri here is horrible for the killer. Bamboozle coming in on this tree as well. Ada needs to leave the loop here. Here comes the body block from the Ace, and they get around it, but it misses. And now the body block's here. Ada, oh, there's another one.
Can we? No. Ace is just doing that perfect block.
Yeah,
right
this
there.
is a perfect spot to be in. There's the body block. And we'll be seeing the 4th generator go at any moment here. Yeah, having to drop chase with the 80 entirely, instead going for Ace as they are worth more points at this point. Not able to get the tunnel out they were seeking. And now Ace probably going to go down here and represent an additional 3, maybe even 5 points total here. They really wanted that tunnel out. There's the 4th gen.
There it is. Yeah.
It's a bit late. Are we going to see a 5th gen? It's far and tucked away. It's near the 5 o'clock. Or maybe that's, that might actually just be straight up Shack gen. That was, however, a Scourge Hook. So whatever gen it was is being worked on. Might have been that gen. That gen's regressed entirely. I don't remember them kicking it.
Yeah. I mean,
There's the reset on the Ada as well. No longer easy. Oh,
Yep.
but there's no progress on any gens, actually. I think they're even resetting behind Shack.
that's good to know. Then it's just the fact that they're farther away from both the gens and that, so it gives them a time to kind of recollect everything and recuperate.
Yeah, seen around, Bimbus coming around the backside. Yeah, but I say, while they don't get the tunnel out, this is going to result in more points for the killer. They're currently sitting at 8 points due to the fresh hook on this survivor, 3 and 2 on Ada. So that's a good amount of points there, especially like when it comes to these killers that are like, I would say, really in the fair area of balance. It really comes down to just like fresh hook points mattering the most, it feels like.
That's true. I was just noticing that they really didn't use a lot of their teleport. Like,
They didn't move. They only went to like 2 places, and honestly, to be fair, survivors are really on top of the portals usually. So they do get 2nd stage out of the Ace. That's 10 points now for the killer here. Survivors are sitting at 8 with the 4 gens being done. There's the unhook. Zarina going into Shack here, but they are without a pallet. Do they get to the window? I think they don't.
they do.
And Ada's here too, not going to go for it. Instead, just going to take the fresh points from Zarina here, as this is the most progressed gen. Not having this gen finished is going to be huge for the killer. They're going to get so many extra points here.
Yep, and then just utilizing that scorch.
Yep.
Pain resonance value. Kind of just bring that back down another, what, 25% essentially?
Another 25%. There's a crow over here as well. So Ada is still over here. Getting a tunnel out and getting a 3v1 would be good for this killer, but not. I don't even know if it's necessary.
I don't think so. Just with the points that if it's already earned and everything.
We don't see a heal on the Ace. I imagine Ace and Nia are both sitting on a generator right now. Ooh, good dodge.
Nope. There you go.
There's the hit. Do we see the gen finish? No, instead we got the unhook here. Ada doing the best they can. Honestly, forcing a 3v1. There's the gen finishing. Adrenaline on the Ace, but we do see that, unsurprisingly, there is a no-ed. And that's the survivor that has not been hooked yet. They represent potentially 6 points if they are able to get this this Nia down. Going around the edge, that is going to be blocked off by the bamboozle. A's coming in here for the body block. They know they need the survivor out fresh. They represent the most points. However, there's the hit. A's going to go down.
Notice that there is no ed in play.
Yeah, Ada's gonna take body blocks as well. They want this Nia out. Survivors really understanding the point mechanic system here. Nia will get out fresh. Zarina as well with 2 stages. That is 5 stages leaving the game. They got 5 stages out. Nia being fresh, Zarina representing 2 stages. That's gonna be 15 points for the survivors. And I believe this is a 7-stage 2K for the killer here.
Yeah.
Yeah, survivors getting Nia out. I love how attuned the survivors were, that they knew that Nia needed to get out to represent the most points, and the killer knowing they wanted Nia really badly, because that's 6 points the killer doesn't get. That's 3 points you get. That's a 9-point swing. Getting Nia out is that could be the make or breaker here.
Yeah. Oh, it's just.
Yeah, outstanding
Died with
job
honor.
here from Divine Dead, getting 15. I believe that should be 15 points. That is 5 stages out. That was so well played on both sides. My goodness.
Once we ended the last game, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, time flies when you know, you're getting camped out. Dropping an immediate portal here, and I think you mentioned it last time, the killer didn't use their portals much. I think we might see something change here. This killer, it seems like they are interested in using their portals a bit more. Also, that's a really good corrupt. That is a really good corrupt you want to see. It's going to let you spread out these portals really early on.
Yeah, it does, and it looks like we just got an eye on a Claudette, so let's see if we could be able to get something out of that. And with that notice, Bamboozle's in play, too.
Pretty.
It's always hard for me. I always want to say Bean Boozle. Don't know why.
I feel that. I'm in a similar vein. And worth noting, they do take chase back here into the corrupt zone. Very close. Yeah, I think that crouch tech might have sealed it for them, as I thought that was going to hit.
Yeah.
I think they get to the meat tree here. Yeah, they get enough distance. No, it's not meat tree here. It's tractor. Okay.
It's tractor.
That, yeah, not able to get to meat tree there. Probably secures the hit here. Yeah, they do get hit. No crouch tech working that time. And the question is, how long does this chase last? They're going to pre-drop this pallet. Running into the back here. I think they stay on the left. Yeah, they're going to stick inside the corrupt area and probably die in corner here.
Oh, there is that pallet. I keep forgetting that they didn't drop that one. Just...
Ooh, quick and quiet.
Oh.
Mind Games command. Oh, but they get the whiff. Oh.
That little distance did not help that.
I would be questioning. I'd be like, wait, what? Excuse you? Excuse you? And that's also a Scourge Hook as well. So first gen hasn't popped yet. It's gonna get 25% off the most progressed generator. Demo deciding where they want to portal to. They're not gonna camp this. They're gonna go for the fresh hook stages.
They will be, unless they just guessed right where that gen was almost being completed at.
Yeah, both these generators firing at all pistons. That means that I think they're all 3 different, so that might be that wherever the atom is might be on a fresh generator. That was so gross.
Oh, that was.
Oh, that was disgusting. This demo's out for violence. Look at the shreds here.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, and there's the 3rd generator. So they did have multiple gens ready to fire. So yeah, that chase resulted in 3 separate generators being worked on there. Here comes the Bamboozle on the meat tree, pre-dropping the pallet. Oh, maybe they were. Oh, that was a free swing. They swing just before their charge was ready.
I was wondering. I was like, what was the hit for?
And now the question is, so they finished the gen over here. Can the other survivor go and finish the 2 other gens that were pre-ready? There's one.
There it is.
Can they get this other one before another Scourge Hook comes in? If they can complete this 3rd generator before the Scourge Hook comes in, that's going to be huge for the survivors. No, they don't. They don't finish it in time. Nancy's screaming. And it was this generator in the middle here almost finishing it. And now the demo gets to proxy this area as well. Worth noting, there's still, again, 2 hooks to 2 gens here. So it's a pretty close game. They do get the unhook immediately on the Nia. I think you want to try and find the survivor, and I think you just need fresh hooks. I think that's what the kill is going for, is just fresh hook stages.
Yeah, just to get that point value out of it. Or do they have Will Make It then?
I don't know if that was a Will Make It or not. It might have been. They do find Nia, however, because they got the heal off, Nia's gonna be able to take 2 hits here. And they also don't represent a Scourge Hook, so maybe they do want the tunnel out after all after getting a fresh hook. Have to see.
Right. It does look like they're working back on that gen again.
A little bit? Oh, they do see the survivor there. It's a nasty tag there, and Adam will be running into the... Oh, it's Lucky Break. Oh, and they finish another 3rd generator elsewhere. Oh yeah, Adam's gonna get plenty of distance here. I don't know if they're gonna be able to get around the corner though before the shred comes in. They will. That's huge.
Oh.
However, Adam will be representing fresh hook stages here, so that'll be 9 points coming in. Not to mention another Scourge Hook potentially, as this was where the Claudette went down in the beginning. Yeah, I think this will be a hook. No, it's not.
Yeah.
So the killer does have 9 points. They need 6 more points to get to the tie condition, but they need Oh, and that is a different generator.
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be really close. Yeah, these gens have just been flying this whole time. There's the unhook coming in. Looks like it's gonna be a renewal on the Atom. Is again, Deliverance is banned against the lower tier killers.
I love the Valley Auto renewal. Just the fact that it does psych a lot of people thinking that it is Deliverance at a moment, but just that full health state while you're doing something else is perfect.
Indeed, and worth noting is that they do get there's the renewal coming in on the Atom. Both survivors over here calling it out, pre-dropping, and now I think Nancy's the only one that hasn't been hooked yet, so they do represent 3 additional points, potentially 6 if they're able to get this down and camp it to death, but they need more than 6 here. They need 7 points.
7 points? Oh.
Yeah, and honestly, they need the Nancy. They need the Nancy. They need someone else. They need Nancy and someone else to die.
Trying to block that.
I think they were expecting the gen to pop, and I think the survivors are like, hey,
oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think this might be one of those situations where the survivors kind of knowing what the killer's doing, the killer's also knowing what the survivors know, and it's a bit of a nowhere game. It would be so rough. Yeah, I was saying, the question is, can you get this hook and can you find another survivor to take stages? It's on the other exit gate. Do you have a portal over there? I don't think there's a portal over there in time.
No, there isn't.
Oh, this is gonna be so close. They need another survivor to take a hit and die. Heading over there. I think they've had the time. Yeah, there's the exit gates. They're gonna all 3 get out here. Yeah, that is going to be enough. I think that is 15 points to the killer, but I think it's going to be 16 to the survivors, as that is 6 stages leaving. And I think our points are going to be, I think it's going to be 31 to 30 here in favor of Tremor. That it's such a hard win condition.
Yeah.
I appreciate going for the fresh hooks. It's so difficult to tell. Like, do I go for fresh hooks? Do I go for the tunnel and try and play traditionally? Because I know that they're not gonna come for the save.